My process is simply whoever I think is cool, whoever I think that I'm interested in. It's mostly people in my orbit, my friends and my family, people who I think are interesting and don't necessarily fit into the stereotype of what an Indigenous person is. I first met Aiden years ago at Penobin, an Indigenous Atlantic Art Conference, when he was just finishing art school. And I saw a lot of similarities in myself finishing art school at way back when with Aiden. And so we just became friends over the course of a few years. So again, when I was doing this, when I decided to do this, he was one of the people I very much wanted to portray. And Aiden was, again, we talk about process. I had a very different composition in mind when I met with Aiden, and I was going to take my reference photos and things like that. But just in conversing with Aiden, it sort of became, again, a very organic process where Aiden sort of said, okay, I want to show my tattoo, which was fairly new, and I want to show the stitching that I did on the back of my shirt, which I'm really proud of. So the pose reflected that conversation with Aiden and showing what he wanted to show and showing how he wanted to portray himself. I want the sitter to be part of the conversation, the sitter to be part of how they're being portrayed, as opposed to me telling them how they're going to be portrayed. Most time I come with an idea when I meet with my model and sort of say I want to do this or I want to do that. But things grow, things change. You want them how they're most comfortable. They're sharing with you their time. They're sharing with you their likeness and their personality. So I want to make sure that I do justice to that. I make sure that they're comfortable with what I'm putting out into the world. Because these are people I like, and in a lot of cases people I love, I don't want to insult them. And I don't know if that's a cop-out or if that's any kind of statement about me, but I want my models to like the work. It's been a long trip. That's a painting of Joanne Barker, who's a musician. She's part of the group Eastern Owl. She's also a music teacher in Labrador right now. The title is actually based on one of her songs off one of her albums. But we are friends, and we've traveled together a few times, and she always falls asleep when we travel. So when I chose to paint Joanne, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted her in that really comfortable, cozy position where she's curled up in the side of the car. And to me, even though her face is not visible, that's Jo. That's how I see Jo. So I wanted to put that image of her out there as a very comfortable, confident person.